the Bail Act.
No, you're not.
On that
because
warrant.
I'm not on bail. I am not on bail.
There is a warrant for your arrest, Peter.
No, there's not. There's no law that supports it, and if you take me in, you'll be breaking the law.
Well, I'm taking you in so we can chase down...
Have you got any service? I've got no service, just get another car here.
No.
I'll go and get the work phone.
Yep.
What's your name?
Sean.
Sean, just want to step out here for a sec.
You'll be breaking the law, Jonathan.
Yeah. I don't want to make a scene in front of you.
No,
Somebody else
you
will
know
make a scene,
that you
Peter.
cannot
I don't want to
take
upset.
me in.
Yeah, I know,
You
but
know you can't take
you need to
me in.
understand that this is
There's a warrant
unlawful, it
issue.
really is.
Alright.
I know that you've been through
I know
this
you think
before.
it's not, I know you think it's not,
But
Alright,
if she's
well,
coming with us, we'll
I
have to
need
get other
to
cars
let my
here
people know
if she's not prepared
what
to
you're
come with
about
us
to do, so
Yep.
that they can arrest
without
you.
objecting, okay? She can argue as much as she wants in front
I'm
of the
happy for
courts.
you to
She's the
let
one.
whoever know.
We don't want to have more
you're
police officers turning up here
Under the Bail Act.
creating more of a scene for the kids. And that's
well then
where
don't bring them. It's simple as that. Why can't you, do this in a manner that doesn't
this is the
do
manner
this?
it's being done in. It's just the way it has to be done. Okay, so because obviously Peter's not going to make an agreement to just turn up at court. She's already
just
breached the agreement.
That's why you didn't turn up on Monday, Peter? Is there any
Because
lawful
I am
reason
not on
for-
bail. I am not required to go. Your judge is impersonating a public servant. I asked him to show his authority, and he couldn't.
He's not
He
a judge,
ran.
he's a magistrate.
Same thing. He has no authority. And you...
In your opinion?
No, not in my opinion.
In your opinion.
No. Under what law? Under what law? Tell me. You must cite a law before you arrest me.
I've already
And
told
where's
you
the
that.
warrant? Where's the warrant?
That's right there. That's a copy of the warrant.
Under
We
what
don't
law?
have to have a
Under what
warrant to
law?
arrest you, we just have to be
Under
aware
what
of
law?
its existence.
Bail Act?
Bail
Not-
Act 1980.
not-
Bail Act 1980.
Not valid.
It's called a
Not
means
valid.
warrant.
Read it.
John,
Read it.
grab the keys off him. Yeah.
Read it. Not valid.
Read the Bail Act or read the
Read
warrant.
the law. If you're a police officer, Jonathan, you must comply.
That's correct, yes.
That's right. You
I'm
must comply with the
complying.
law.
With the law.
Come on. What
The
law?
warrant.
Whose law? Whose law? This bitch. Come
It's
on.
not his law. It's
All right.
legislation that's written in Queensland law that's
Legislation
passed
isn't
by
law.
politicians.
Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it.
I'm aware of the Bail Act. You're not showing me anything new there. I don't understand what you mean by that's not the law.
You know that I'm not on bail. You know that. You told Glenn that. You know that, Jonathan.
When did I tell Glenn that?
Last week. 2 weeks ago. He told me that you know that I'm not on bail.
I didn't tell him that.
Yes, you did. You're a liar then.
Okay. Well, you're obviously party of that conversation and heard
He
what I
told
said to
me.
him.
He told me.
Okay.
You know I'm not on bail. So you
Alright.
cannot arrest me.
You have been arrested.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just arrested you at 12:17.
No, I'm not on bail. There's no law that you can possibly arrest me under.
Where are the bail
I'm
forms?
not on bail. Pardon?
Where are the bail forms that are signed?
There are no bail forms because I'm not on bail and you know it.
You are on bail, Peter.
I'm not on bail.
Your attendance has been required at the court.
I am not on bail.
You failed to
Read
attend.
the act. Read the act.
So where are the
to
bail
read it.
forms?
You do need to read the
Don't waste
act.
time reading the
You
act,
read
which
the
you're
act.
well aware
A
of.
defendant who fails to surrender into custody in accordance with the defendant's undertaking. Where's my undertaking?
Your undertaking, went into an undertaking whenever you appeared in court on way
I
back
am
last
not on
year.
bail. You need to get this sorted.
You don't
I'm
need
not
to
on
sign
bail.
something to be on bail.
Yes, you do.
If a magistrate releases you on bail,
No, with the defendant's undertaking.
Undertaking, that's right.
Me, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm not on a bail act. I'm not under this. And if you arrest me, then you will be
I
arrested.
have already arrested you.
You will be arrested.
So you
Jonathan.
can, if you want it to be unlawful and you want to, go through the processes down the line to prove that I've done something unlawful to you, then you're more entitled
You
to do
have.
that.
You're doing it now. You've entered the premises without anyone's permission. You've already broken the
under the
law.
authority of the warrant.
There is no authority. He hasn't got any writ of commission.
Yep.
He's impersonating a public servant, and you're committing a crime just being here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You need to get out.
I'm not getting out. I've arrested you, Peter. So
You haven't arrested
I'm
me.
saying I did. I
You
just
haven't
arrested
arrested me. You
I've
have
already
not arrested
explained
me.
that.
Can you please let them know what's going on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So 12:17, you've been arrested.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
I
There's
would
no
like
act.
you to come with us.
No.
I'm not. I don't want to use force to get you out of here. I'm entitled to use force.
Oh, are you really?
Yes.
Under what law? You have no authority.
Okay.
There is no authority. So what are you doing here? You know that I'm not on bail. And if you say that you think I am, you're a liar. You already told Glenn you know I'm not on bail.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
can I please get your full name?
Yes, it's Jonathan Allen McBride.
Yep, and your registered number?
Register number is 21794. I'm currently attached to the Sunshine Coast District Criminal Investigation Branch.
Yep,
And
okay.
show me the
Oh,
warrant.
dear.
I'd like a copy of the warrant, actually.
You'll get a copy of the warrant
No,
whenever
I'd
we
like
go to the
it
watch
now.
house. That's not a full
like it
certified
now.
copy of the warrant, Peter, so you won't get that.
I'd like it now.
Thank you.
You cannot take me anywhere. Because there is no law that you
I
can take
can
me
and I'm
under.
going to, Peter.
No, you're not going to.
And as I said before, I don't want to make a scene in front of the kids, and I don't want to have to
Oh,
use
really? Well,
force.
then why are you a police officer, a policy enforcer, mafia thug? Why?
You're entitled to your opinion, Peter.
Of course
We've
I
had
am.
conversations along similar lines before,
Yeah.
and I know that you don't recognise Queensland law or whatever it is, but I'm just here to do my job.
You're not even
You-
obeying your own
yes.
laws. You can't
Yes.
take me in. You can't.
I can.
No,
and I
you
will.
can't. You can't.
I can, and I'm going to.
No, you're not going to.
I am.
You're not. You're not going to take me in, Jonathan. You're not. And if you try, the UN will come down on you like a ton of
Well,
bricks.
that's fine.
Really?
That's
You
fine,
want to
yes.
spend the rest of your life in jail?
No, I'm willing to. If I've
But-
done anything lawful, unlawful, I'm willing to
You're
answer
doing
to
it
that.
right now. You're doing it right now. How dare you even come in here? How dare you? Really? What kind of person are you? I really thought you were the nice guy of the bunch.
No, well.
Yeah, I know. There's no...
So how do you
like it.
propose that we resolve this?
Well, I would like you to take this.
I've got the Bail Act sitting on my
Well,
desk.
the thing
go,
is,
go get someone
is
to
there-
read it out to you.
is there some way
I've got
that-
a
I can
computer.
read, Peter. I don't need to get someone to read it.
You know
off
I'm not
his
on
own.
bail. You're not taking me in.
You're on bail. There's a warrant that's been issued.
Who
under
said
the
I'm on bail?
Act.
The police know I'm not on bail. The judge knows I'm not on bail. Who says I'm on
The
bail?
magistrate
Magistrate's
knows that you're
lying.
on bail. We know
Magistrate's
that you're on
lying.
bail because of that.
No. No. You know I'm not on bail. You know when I went to court, the judge walked out because I asked him for his
is there
proof of
actually a
authority.
bail form that's been signed by the magistrate?
Yes, there's a warrant. That's
No,
been-
no, no. Where's the bail? Where is
we
the bail?
don't need a copy of the
No,
bail
you do.
document to
You do.
arrest you under
Otherwise,
warrant.
you're
The thing is,
criminal.
These
she
are
was
issues.
never
You're
given
nothing but
any
kidnappers.
paperwork
If
whatsoever.
you wish to contest this, the,
Like it was
the
never
court
sent
is
out
the
to her.
only
To
There
appear
was
in
nothing
court.
signed.
To appear in court.
Okay, well, rather than arrest
No, no,
me 'cause I'm
before
on
she
bail,
appeared in court.
I'll
Bail
come
Act,
to
what we're
the
talking
judge.
about is in
warrant.
relation to the warrant that's been issued for
Under
failing
what
to appear
law?
in court.
You know I'm not on
Okay, so
bail.
she's failed to appear in
I'm
court.
not on
under
bail.
It's been
Queensland.
issued under the
I'm not
Bail
on
Act.
bail. And you
Right.
need to make sure of your facts
Okay.
before you
Okay.
come
That's
inside.
what we're-
I have my
we're through-
facts
that's
squared
what we're
away
executing
well
at the
before
moment.
I came here to see you, Peter.
So has
That's
anyone
not
ever
true, because
looked
you know
into
I'm
this
on
stuff
bail.
that she's actually talking about?
Yeah.
You know I'm not on bail, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I know
Now-
it sounds like we're a bunch of idiots,
Sean,
but
it's not the time or place now, okay? The authority's there by
No.
the courts,
Serves no purpose. for
courts
me
of law
to
of
lie.
Queensland, okay? We
Yes, it does, because you're just following orders.
We
Just like all the other
Well,
governments.
do what we have to do,
Guilty
put it back before the
and
court
liable
as
for
directed
all
by the
kinds of
magistrate,
crimes
okay?
against people.
Well, if that's the case, that's what's going to happen down the line.
You're willing to cop that?
in a minute,
You're willing
darling.
to cop being
I'm-
charged with war crimes, crimes
Sure.
against the people under a corporate government.
If that's the if
Because
that's what
you're
has to
just
happen,
following
yes.
orders. You knows that I'm not on bail. And you know that you have no lawful reason to be here. None at all.
I wouldn't be acting in any way unless I had lawful authority to do so.
You have
Peter.
no lawful authority.
Well, you know, that's what you believe, so. you
No,
know.
no, it's not what I believe. It's the
It's-
facts.
yeah.
It's a fact. You show me the bail form. Show me the bail form. Show me the
I don't
transcripts.
need-
I'm not on bail, so get them out.
You've been arrested.
Get out.
You're
I'm
now in
not
my
arrested.
custody, Peter.
Oh, I'm
You
now
can't
in
get
your
out.
custody. For
Yes.
what? Under what law? Under what law?
I'm not going to keep repeating myself. and
No,
going
because you
over
know
and
you're
over
lying.
again. Well,
Who are you?
I'm Detective Senior Constable Glenn Elliott. I also work at the Criminal Investigation Branch at Nambour. Okay, so I'm a colleague of Jonathan's. I'll show you my identification.
Show the camera.
My registered
can-
number is
Show the camera because your
8973.
name will be on a arrest list.
Just if he's recording
Show
it,
the
just
camera. Show the
It's
camera.
okay, it's recording.
Sean's recording the details. I've just shown you my identification. Peter, nothing's going to change about where we're at the moment. You're under arrest.
I'm not under arrest. There's
Well-
no law
Just because you say you're not under arrest doesn't mean you're not under
arrest. No, just because you say that there's a warrant and I'm under a bail act isn't the truth, and he knows it, and he's lying, and he's dragging you into it, and you're going to be on an arrest list too now, Mr. Elliott.
Peter, we are taking you with us.
You're not taking me with you.
Well,
no.
Do you think that there'll be some way that we will take you with us today?
No.
Okay, I just don't want to do it in front of the kids.
Absolutely
having
not.
you dragged, kicking and screaming out of here. That's not going to achieve anything.
Oh, really? But you kidnapping me...
Whatever your aims or your goals are in relation to this court case or whatever other legal matter you've got, this is not the time or place of trying to argue them with us. No,
this is my rights, and he's lying, and I'm not on bail, and if you take me, it's kidnapping, and you will not only be charged, but I will have you sent to prison, and I will have you pay compensation to me. And you too, Jonathan.
That's fine.
You're already on an arrest.
I said I'm more than willing to go through that process.
You're a fool. You're a fool, man. You're really if you do that. Absolutely unbelievable.
Do you want to get changed into something else, Peter? And get shoes on? Or are you willing to go like that?
I'm in my pyjamas. I'd like you to leave the house.
We're not leaving the house.
Well, you have to, because I'm getting dressed.
You don't have to.
You're just going to add to your charges then. You're a piece, alright? Nazi Germany, you know what happened to those people who were just following orders?
Yep.
You're doing the wrong thing. I'm not on bail. And you know that. You're lying. Glenn told me that you told him.
Okay. I'm sure Glenn wouldn't lie to you.
No. You know I'm not on bail.
Are you going to get changed? We'll leave the room, or you can go in there.
Just trying to source a vehicle, mate, to get to us. I'm going to call back. But, shouldn't be too long.
I can have a chat to her if you want.
If you think it's going to help, Sean, but like I said, we don't want to have to forcefully drag
Put it this way, I don't want her with any kind of, being beaten or anything like that, so I'll talk to her and try to get her to come with you guys, but I do fully agree with her about this law stuff, but, I don't want any problems with her, with you guys.
That's right, so it's neither the time or place for her to have the legal argument over things that she has discussed. It's about the processes that are in place now, and we don't want to create any more of a disruption to your family.
And she has had a lot of trauma through being arrested the last time. Not because of the lockup, but because of other things that happened. So, and I just don't want her going through that again.
I also want you to check on her now and make sure she's not doing any injury to herself as well.
No, she won't.
Okay.
Sweetheart.
Your officer available at the watch house for you to make your complaint as to what actions we've unlawfully in your mind done today. Okay, but right at this point in time you need to go through the process so that you can start your process.
I don't need to be dragged away and locked up when I'm not on bail, under a bail act, when I'm not on bail. I don't have to. I don't consent. I don't have to go that route. Well, I do actually, because everything in law is contracts and consent. Everything. And I do not consent, which is why I'm not on bail, because I didn't consent. And the judge knew that, and you know that too, Jonathan, because you told Glenn that you know I'm not on bail. Actually, yes, it does. That's precisely what it means.
Well,
everything in law is contracts and consent. Why do you think you asked me to sign those scrappy bits of paper when you barged into my home? Why?
I offered you the opportunity and you refused.
Because that is consent. It's contract law. There is no consent.
Not if it was consent, and I wasn't asking for your consent with any of that.
Yes, you were.
You
were saying, here, sign here. This is okay with me. No, it's not okay. You are home invaders, kidnappers, extortioners. That's what you are.
Plan is for her to have an appearance in court at some stage, whether it's an on-call magistrate over the weekend or whether it's Monday morning. Now, if I thought it was any benefit for you, if you wished to follow us there, I would say do that for us there if that's going to help the situation with Pete. Right? But I think it's up to entirely your call, but all you'll be doing is following us there and then coming back because you won't have that opportunity to speak to Peter again while she's in the watch house.
Right.
Okay, but at the end of the day, Peter's got to come with us. Okay, she's been arrested, the warrant's in existence. Whether you can have another talk to her now and just get her back on track.
Yeah.
The other
just need to calm her down a bit.
Okay, the other thing, is she on any medication at the moment?
No, not at all.
Right. Right, I'm just going to check this message. I'll let Jonathan know that. I'm just going to check a message. Sean might want to have another chat to Peter if you're up for it. Then.
Are there any medications that you need to help with there?
No. Did you get hold of Ross? Can you check, please?
Yeah, sure.
Who's Ross? Is he an advisor?
No. He's someone with the embassies.
Cool.
At the United Nations.
Yeah, he said he's going to meet Daryl after the meeting. He's on it now.
Okay.
It's up to you, Peter. I'm not going to. I've explained our situation. I've explained that I don't want to use force, and I would rather that you come with us. You're under arrest, so it's not.
I'm not under arrest. There's no act that could possibly put me under arrest. I am not on bail, and you know it, Jonathan.
Sure. All right. Well, that's.
You know that.
That's your opinion.
Swear to God that you know that I'm on bail.
I'm not going to swear to God.
Why? Why?
I don't need to.
Why?
What do you mean?
Because you're lying. You know I'm not on bail. You told Glenn on the phone that you knew I wasn't on bail.
I didn't tell Glenn on the phone.
Yes, you did.
I phoned Glenn on Monday, I think it was. I haven't spoken to Glenn
Not last
since
Monday,
then.
it was the Monday before.
No, it's Monday the 9th, whenever you failed to attend.
The second.
And he said that...
It was the second.
No.
Yes, it was.
So it's 2 Mondays ago, was it?
Yeah. I have a copy of the message. He told me.
From Glenn?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know that I'm not on bail.
I do know that you're on bail, Peter.
No, I'm not on bail. You know that I'm not on bail, and the judge told you I wasn't on bail, and you're lying.
The magistrate
This is just going round and round.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't give my consent.
I know you don't. So, do you want to have a
The
chat?
magistrate's issued the warrant. The warrant's there for your arrest.
The magistrate knows I'm not on bail. He can't do that. Under the Bail Act, he can't do that.
You know,
he knows that.
We'll be here all day, just going back and forth.
That's all right. Do you want a cuppa? Because I'd love a cuppa before I go.
No, you can make a cup if you want, no?
Yeah.
No,
I'll have a coffee.
yeah, we've got the officers' names and badge numbers.
Yeah, it's all been recorded.
Hey, Rick, can you look at the evidence?
They haven't even supplied me with a transcript of the court proving that I'm not on bail. They haven't supplied me with the warrant. They're saying that they don't have to. They're asking me to go consensually, or basically I'll be beaten into submission.
You certainly didn't say that, Peter.
Did they threaten you with violence?
They said they would use force if necessary.
They told Sean that they would use force if necessary.
I told you as well, Peter.
And yeah, they told me, but yeah, I don't listen to much of what they say.
This is recorded on the video.
It is now.
Yes, it's all recorded.
And my digital recording as well, which you're entitled to a copy of that.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. McBride, can you hear me?
I can. Can he hear
Okay,
me?
sir, why don't you just step away from this situation, get the proper documentation if you can get it from the court, and let this sit for 24 to 48 hours.
Yep. And we.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. There's a warrant for Pieta's arrest. I've located Pieta today. She's been arrested on that warrant. So she'll be taken to the watch house and she'll be placed before the magistrate's court.
Well, sir, then you are kidnapping her. You are failing to show her proper documentation. She has rights. Everyone has rights. and you are denying her this, I ask you once again, please step away. Otherwise, you will be charged with kidnapping. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. If anything's shown to be unlawful with this arrest, then fair enough, I can be charged with kidnapping if that's the case.
He already knows that I'm not on bail, so he certainly is complicit in the crime of kidnapping, as with his partner. What was your name again, sorry?
Yeah, I'm Detective Senior Constable Glenn Elliott. I'm going to ask you to wrap up this conversation. It's not going to achieve anything in relation to the processes that are going to be taking place today with Peter already under arrest. So Peter, it's not going to achieve anything, mate. I'll give you a couple more minutes to finish up your conversation, and then you're going to be getting escorted to the vehicle, okay?
Peter, we've been more than reasonable in giving you the opportunity.
She does not consent.
Absolutely, I do not consent.
That's fine, but just don't. We will use the amount of force that is reasonably necessary to convey you to the watch house, Peter. We don't want to use any force if we don't have to. You just need to indicate to us that you're prepared to accompany us to the watch house. You are under arrest. We don't need to use any force as long as you are prepared to accompany us to the watch house, as we've already outlined to you a number of times.
What they're asking for then is consent. They want me to consent to go, and using force as a threat if I don't consent.
So you're not going to consent. You're not consenting. That's the wrong word to use.
So are we able to get a photo of the arrest warrant itself?
They must supply a warrant under law.
I'll get a copy of it at the watch house.
No, they must supply a warrant under law. Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct. You're failing to provide a warrant to the individual.
Okay, we accept that. We're not providing her with a copy of the document now. We accept that. Nothing's going to change. She's still under arrest. She's still going to be conveyed to the watch house in relation to that arrest warrant that's been issued by the Magistrates Court.
So you can clearly see that these two people that are posing as officers are kidnappers. They're trespassers, and I'm hoping onto this as soon as possible so that this can be dealt with, please.
Yes, we will.
Jonathan Alan McBride is already on the arrest list. Under contract law, they can't do it because they're forcing people to sign documents that they don't agree to. It's a breach of contract law.
They're stating that it's not properly written and that it's up for review in Parliament right now, and that was signed, if you look at that document, August 14th, 2013. It says that basically the Bail Act is under review to be repealed.
The interesting thing about that is that I'm actually not on bail, and both of these officers are fully aware of that. They know I'm not on bail. So they're absolutely without, they have no jurisdiction at all. It's just plain kidnapping.
Sean, I'm going to give Peter one more opportunity to come with us.
So, gentlemen, I want to remind you, are they armed? Just defuse the situation and go away and check with your superiors and come back in 48 hours once you get a straight answer and once you have the appropriate documentation. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, Peter's been arrested. I don't want to engage in this conversation any longer. You know, if you don't believe that the Bail Act's lawful, or believe we should go on some arrest list, then so be it. That's fair enough. You're entitled to do that, and we'll go through the processes afterwards. But at this point in time, Peter's been arrested. She will be taken to the watch house, and she will appear before a magistrate.
I'm not on bail.
Sir, what you're doing, you will be arrested.
Well, sir, excuse me. Sir, can you at least understand that we are acting lawfully at this point in time?
You're not acting lawfully.
Okay, I'm trying to talk here, Peter. It's Detective Senior Constable Glenn Elliott. I would ask that you would provide advice to Peter that we're not changing our position. It would be in Peter's best interest to agree that at this point in time she has to come with us. She can make whatever arguments, you guys can make whatever arguments you wish. We just don't want to have to use any force to take Peter with us. We would prefer that she come with us without any resistance, so that we can make this a process that doesn't cause anybody any injury or harm. So at this point we're not changing our position. Where are your children, Sean?
Their mother's taken them home.
Rick, Paul, Pedro, and John. Please identify yourself.
No, you need to listen.
Yeah, Mr. Elliott, you're speaking to Lieutenant General Zeleny. General Zeleny, I'm with the United Nations Forces. I'm in charge of the Provost Marshal, Judge Advocate General, and Special Operations. I'm asking you to step away. Do not have the appropriate documentation to apprehend this individual at this time.
All right, sir.
You are failing to show it.
Sir, with all due respect, we are acting lawfully. With all due respect, sir, we are acting lawfully, and we made it clear to Peter that we are taking her with us now. Okay, so she needs to end this conversation, take it up at whatever other time that she can, but at this point in time, Peter is coming with us. And I'm asking her, once again, with respect, to end this conversation, put the laptop down so we can escort her to the vehicle.
I'm going to have a cigarette and finish my coffee before I go.
Mr. Elliott, for recording,
Peter, we're not going to
I'm
keep
asking
driving
you
this
not
out.
to do
We're
this
giving you the
again.
opportunity to have your
I
coffee.
do not want to charge you guys. Do you understand that?
I can hear what you're saying, sir, but I don't agree that you're fully aware of the particulars of the Queensland law that we're operating under. So at this point, this conversation has no basis or point to it at this point in time. Peter, wrap it up.
What
Okay.
harm is due to wait 24 to 48 hours to get the appropriate...
We've explained our situation there, Peter. We're not going to keep engaging in any conversation with...
Peter has shown no respect or, her own authority or beliefs is that she has no respect for the courts of Queensland. So we've got real concerns that to walk away from the situation now would result in further delays to the justice process, which is trying to be finalised in court. So
What if I was able to give you a recommendation that I will personally be responsible for her making sure that she doesn't run, she doesn't whatever?
it doesn't change anything now, Sean.
Peter stated she doesn't, accept Queensland law.
I know she doesn't, but,
I've already arrested her, Sean, so... Peter, we're going to take you away now. If you want to have a cigarette, I suggested you have it now.
They're refusing to comply with your orders, Daryl. I'm going to have a cigarette and I'll give the laptop back to Sean and we'll have it on open while I have my cigarette and finish this coffee. I'm in a lot of trouble.
So I'm curious, Peter, you're saying now the United Nations are supporting the legalisation of cannabis?
No, the United Nations are supporting the freedom of humanity.
Yep.
Because I'm not sure if you realise that you're entirely enslaved. The debt system that was created for
which room is it in?
a de facto government. I mean, none of them.
I know you guys believe that you're acting lawfully, but it's actually not. You just haven't been told.
Even under their own system, I'm not under bail. So there's no law that possibly covers their asses anyway. Not one.
So the United Nations is supporting a movement to overthrow the government of Australia?
No, it's not an overthrow.
State?
No. No, the United Nations is committed to freeing
Take a little time, mate. It's at 15%.
because that's what the United
Okay.
Nations is all about.
They would probably support a government freely elected by the people in a democratic society?
Would you call
Yes.
it a democratic society?
Yep.
Pretty sure most people do, yeah.
Well, so do you think that every law that's made on the basis of the majority is the right law
Well,
under people who believe
We've
that they have
chosen that
better moral
system
compasses?
to have
You did.
representatives
You
in our
did.
government to make the laws of the
And
land.
who do they represent? Why are they registered on the
elected
US
governments
Stock Exchange?
being
Why are
voted
they
in.
recognised on the US Stock Exchange? Why are they being traded as a foreign corporation?
Oh, you're talking about Queensland in particular? Or
Queensland, Australia, they are
okay.
all registered on the New York Stock Exchange. Sorry, Washington DC. They are all foreign corporations, which is who you have signed your allegiance to. And that's why the UN need to step
I've
in.
actually signed my allegiance to the Queensland government. I think the Queen's in there somewhere too.
Yeah, and that's
The Queen of
because
Australia?
you've signed it to them, but they're actually an illegal entity operating right now.
No one is above the law. No one.
Exactly.
That's quite right. Is this the parliament that you don't recognise?
Well, you know what?
Well,
They know that they're foreclosed on.
Yep.
Sorry, South Australian government.
Yes, yeah.
They're all foreclosed on. They're
So
all
you
corporate
recognise the
governments.
South Australian
No,
parliament?
no, what I recognise is a UN ambassador.
Okay, thanks.
As you should too.
If you can put it in the text box down the bottom, please.
Alright, Sean, I'll make it clear to you now, mate. Nothing that these guys, whoever they are, say or do at their end at this point in time is going to change the fact that Peter is coming to the watch house with us, alright? We've got the lawful authority. Unless in the last hour or so the laws of Queensland changed, the lawful authority is there, warrant is in existence. It was issued duly and lawfully by a magistrate to arrest Peter Morgan and bring her before a court forthwith. She's been arrested, okay? So nothing's going to change the fact she's arrested. We now are required to take her before a watch house so she can be presented to a court forthwith. Okay, nothing's going to change that. And the only thing we're trying to achieve out of this is for Peter to come with us peacefully so that we can get this process going, we can get through to the other end of it without anyone getting harmed, right? Sir, it's Detective Glenn Elliott again, and I'm not sure where you're basing your decisions on, but you have to understand this is a process that happens every day in Queensland. People are arrested on warrants every day for failing to appear in court for drug matters. Okay, once the warrant's been issued, that we have a responsibility to bring them before a court forthwith. Now, nothing you guys may have available at your level at this point in time that you've said to me or that you may have downloaded indicates anything that can change that. All I'm asking is if some advice can be given to Peter that we would like her to come with us peacefully, and then she can start the process or whatever claims or allegations or complaints that she wishes to make. We're quite willing to be subject to any investigation that our own department, United Nations or anywhere in between wants to enact to find the truth of this matter. But right at this point in time, all we're asking is that Peter come with us peacefully, that she do that in the next couple of minutes, or we've been here for what, nearly 2 hours now. Okay, at least an hour where we've been trying to negotiate the position that we're in. She's been arrested, she needs to come with us now.
Okay, and we're respectfully asking you, sir, that you show her the appropriate paperwork. Do you have the arrest warrant or you do not?
Yeah, can you at least show the paperwork for the camera?
We don't bring an arrest warrant with us, it's held in Brisbane. We bring the warrant report.
But the law says you should.
We don't have to, we just have to be aware of its existence for a person to be arrested on a warrant. We don't have to have the physical original warrant because the warrant is held in a place called the Warrant Bureau, and that's where all the originals are held. You understand? If we took original warrants to houses, the person grabs that warrant, rips it up.
So you can't give them a
So
copy.
we don't carry original
She'll get a
warrants.
copy at the watch house.
She will be given a copy, and
an authorised certified copy at the watch house.
I mean, this is part of the problem. Like you're saying she's under arrest and she's contesting it. If you had a piece of paper to tell her,
to turn up for court, even if she doesn't agree
I know,
with it.
but if you had a piece of paper to tell her that, then
most people,
at least
most people know if they don't turn up for court,
yeah, I know,
it gets issued for their arrest.
I know most people do, but what I'm saying is that it would be alleviated if you could just give her a piece of paper.
No, it wouldn't, because she wouldn't recognise it anyway, because she doesn't recognise the court.
Alright, yeah, I understand. Can you guys get those papers to us?
You're apples and oranges here. Either you have the documentation or you don't. If you do not, step aside. Get the appropriate documentation and come back. That's all we're asking. At this point, you have proved nothing.
Yeah, and you're acting actually unlawfully in the Australia detectives and Detective Senior Sergeant there. I don't know if you realise that Queensland is a state of Australia. And you're actually admitting at this point in time without producing a warrant it's unlawful, which is unlawful, okay, you are admitting to kidnapping. So let me just make that clear to you. Very, very clear.
This is being recorded.
Yeah, everything's been recorded this end as well, but thank you for letting us know.
Your next case.
Warrant first. That's the law.
Peter, we know what the law is, okay?
No. The law is you must show a warrant before you come into anyone's home, before you trespass, before you
Peter,
take
you're getting ready to go. Let's keep
that
process rolling,
I am
okay?
keeping myself warm.
Alright.
They're not going to acknowledge what we're giving them, and they're going to arrest her by force, I think, or if she goes with them.
There at all. Under Queensland or under any other law.
Yeah. Are you willing to come with us without a shoot?
Again, they've been clearly identified and noticed that is the fact. Okay, they won't produce any documentations for the warrant, which is unlawful for them. They can't hold it off somewhere else. That's unlawful. They need to produce it upon the arrest. That is clear.
That is clear,
Peter,
John.
I'm not listening to this anymore. I've had enough. We've been more than reasonable. We've given you the opportunity to have a coffee and have a cigarette. We've given you the opportunity to come with us.
So what? with kidnapping, it's okay.
Yeah, whatever you want to believe. That's,
it's not a
fair
belief.
enough. They will go through the processes. I'm on the arrest list. Glenn's not on the arrest list as well. Those processes can be followed afterwards. We're following our process at this point in time. The process that we have lawful authority from Queensland legislation, and in particular the Bail Act.
You have no lawful.
Right.
You have no authority.
Peter?
You have no authority.
Sure, I'll just warn you now, mate. I don't think you will, but to obstruct us, you will also be arrested and charged.
I'm going to go and get some.
No, you're under arrest.
No, I need to go.
What do you want to get?
Let go of me.
What do you want to get? Sure,
some
can go and get them
tampons.
tampons for you, okay? You're under
Let
arrest.
go of me.
Peter,
They've got
Can
me.
you get tampons, please?
Yeah, sure.
They've got me. I need shoes.
Give me that.
Let go of me.
Sit down and put
Let
shoes
go
on.
of
Peter,
me.
sit down and
What
put
shoes do you
on.
want?
Sean, can you go and get the tampons, please? Anything else that you want to take with you, Peter?
Yeah, I'll get them once she's in the car, okay?
Right.
Anything else?
Do you want to take your tobacco with you?
Am I allowed to smoke in the car?
No, you can't smoke in the car.
Am I allowed to smoke in the watch house?
No, you're not allowed to smoke. It's your choice.
What's that?
That's it.
Can you tell them that they grabbed me? Both of them, that's assault as
Yeah,
well.
the mic's on.
Let's go, Peter. Sure, we'll get the tampons
I'll see you soon,
once you're in the
okay?
car.
Can you get the
Yes, I
tampons
will.
off here?
Yep,
That's fine.
absolutely.
And while I'm in that place, I'd like to have privacy while I use the toilet.
Okay.
We've got it all recorded. They want to admit it. Even the Nuremberg trials, they will be held accountable for their actions.
That's right.
Thank you.
Stay strong,
Paper.
Peter. It's going to be okay. Stay in peace.
Good papers.
Thank you.
Love you, Peter.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Stay strong. We're here for you.
Hang in there. We're going to follow up.
Yeah, don't worry. They've still got to produce it upon visitation, so they've clearly breached that at this point in
No,
time. So it's all bullshit.
just a clear
Let's go, Peter.
They should have the documentation.
That's for them to review. It's not us.
You know that it's true anyway.
Yeah.
Tell
What way are we going out? It's locked. You're not going to get outside.
I can unlock it if you like.
Did the same to me, actually. Exactly the same. Don't worry.
See, sweetheart.
They're already fucked and they know it.
She have you know your contact number here, like if she gets a chance to ring,
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
your mobile she knows off the top of her head.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Or is there a landline or?
can I give you the mobile number?